I'm Katie Cowan, and this is the Creative Boom Podcast. You know when you meet someone and there's an immediate shared understanding, a connection that just seems to flow? That's how I felt when I met Boma Krijgsman. She's the brand ambassador and talent manager at JDO. I met her at the creative agency's London office last month on a sunny day, and it was easy to see why she's described as a cultural champion, someone who helps businesses raise their profiles and attract talent. It's her warm and kind personality that's genuine and no doubt brings people together. A self-proclaimed hustle bunny, Boma has travelled the world picking up skills and experience along the way. In recent years, she settled in Kent and is today the proud mother of 3 lovely children. I wanted to learn more about her exciting adventures and how she found herself in her current role, from a life in tourism and then modelling to discovering a passion for PR and marketing. There seems to be no limit to Boma's infectious energy and talents. We talk about diversity and inclusion in the creative industry and why we still have a long, long way to go. And we share truths about confidence, being a woman in design and finding ourselves, realising our potential and embracing everything that comes our way. Stay with us. Wouldn't it be great if you could turn your iPad into a drawing tablet by mirroring your favourite Mac or PC desktop apps? Astropad Studio does just that. It's a smart app for professional artists designed to give the flexibility of an Apple Pencil combined with the full desktop power of software like Photoshop and Illustrator. One happy customer is London-based artist Murugaya.
I think other artists and designers should use Astropad because it is the easiest app to use by far in comparison to the others. In my experience, I've enjoyed using it and I've tested it against all sorts of other apps and it's my favourite.
If, like Murugaya, you're ready to take your creative workflow to the next level, you can start your 30-day free trial of Astropad Studio today. Plus save 10% on your first year when you enter the promo code BOOM at checkout. That applies to whether you opt for a monthly or annual subscription. Visit astropad.com to get started. Where'd you get your confidence from? We are recording, by the way.
Oh, that's fine. We can record now. Yeah. Where do I get my confidence from? I think just from a young child, I've never been scared of anything. I just had no fear.
Yeah.
And I also don't have fear of failing because every time I have failed, and I've failed a lot, I would learn from those failures.
Yeah.
And then just like, okay, do you know what? I did it wrong then. I'm going to do it better now. And
yes.
That's it. And I think that confidence comes from there. Just no fear, from a place of no fear, I think. That's what it is. And it does help when people say that you look good, you know, and if you say, oh, you're so pretty. And then at one point you're like, oh, okay, there must be something there because I never saw it myself.
Yeah.
So as I got older, people kept telling me, and then I started feeling more confident about myself. And then I started looking at elements of myself and think, okay, that looks nice. Yeah, quite like this as well. And then the areas I'm like, oh no, I don't like that bit of myself, but that's okay. There's not much I can do about it. And if I can change, like I've done my ears, for example. I have my ears pinned back.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, so I had a bit of elf ears. My brother used to call me Teletubby. I hated it. That bit there, that was a self-conscious bit. But you know what I said? When I have the moment that I'm able to do something about it, I will. And I did. And then we cracked on with it.
Fab. Why not?
So, I don't know. Yeah, confidence just comes from a place of no fear.
And you told me you were born in Nigeria.
Yes.
And then you ended up in the Netherlands.
Yes.
Is that kind of a Nigerian cultural thing that like you're instilled a lot of confidence from a young age? And is it kind of like, you know, you're gonna grow up to be wonderful, this is what you're gonna do? Is it kind of like you push down a route of career and university and
not really. I think Nigerian culture does have a high sense of achievement, so you do have to achieve great things. The way Nigerian parents tend to go about that isn't, I would say, it's very unconventional.
Right.
It is, yeah. There's a lot of, how would I call it? A lot of harsh talking. For example, if I'll come back from school, I'm like, Mum, I got a 90% in my test. Like, what happened to 100? And then I'll just sit there and look at her and think, yeah, no, the 100 didn't have, just yet, I don't want to hear it. And that was it.
Oh, gosh,
yeah,
tough
there would
love.
be no motivational talk. Like, okay, that's fine. You know, next time you do better. And I think because she gave me that all the time, we're like, Mum, look what I did today. Yeah, it's all right. It was never like, oh, okay. You know, and also because I never really wanted to follow a career that Nigerians especially would see as a great career.
Yeah.
Like, being a doctor or a lawyer.
Yeah,
things like this. I always looked at creative things. And
was that frowned upon?
Yes, massively.
Oh gosh.
Massively. So we were not even to discuss things like that, creative careers, because they're like, what's there? What do you do there?
How are you going to make money?
Yeah, what money does it bring? And how will you be looked at? And Nigerians are always, they've got a lot of pride. They don't want to lose face. That's a big thing for them. So that was a struggle growing up. But I think it also made me really hard, because I was like, do you know what? You don't like it now. You'll like it later on. I'm going to keep going until you like what I'm doing.
Yes. Makes you determined. It gives you that spirit.
Yeah, very.
And you kind of then ended up being quite successful really early on, in that you ended up doing, I'll let you tell your own story, but you ended up doing modelling, and you worked, you and I have had a very similar journey. Let's go straight to the beginning, because you actually started in tourism.
I did. Because I like to travel, right? So, okay.
Makes sense.
This is another thing where growing up, my mum was so busy, and she was just busy, with life and, taking care of us, that she didn't really focus on me and what she thinks that I should do, or what she thinks that I might be good at. So I had to kind of figure that out for myself. And I like to travel. That was one thing. And I love languages. So travel and languages. And I thought, oh my God, what better way to go and study tourism? Oh God, I don't know what I was thinking. But I ended up doing that. It was college for tourism and leisure management. I never really liked school. And I always thought, what's the point of this? Why can't I just go out and experience things? That's what always played around in my mind. And I just kind of thought, okay, this will be an easy one to do, just to get some kind of, college degree in my pocket, and then I can see what I can do then.
Yeah.
So started off in tourism, and then while doing that, I thought, I'm going to be an air hostess. This is the most natural thing that makes sense, because I like to travel, I like to speak different languages, I like to speak to people. So this is where all these ideas came from, and I was like, that's what I'm going to do.
Did you do it?
I did for a little bit. Hated it. Hated it.
Because you have to deal with people.
Yes, and not the kind of people that I wanted to deal with.
Yeah.
And I flew for an airline that is like the sister company to the KLM, the national airline, and it was very holiday goers, and hard work. It was just hard work, and then flying up and down as well. I noticed that I didn't like the pressure it put onto my ears, and ear, nose, and throat issues. I'd
have been terrified doing the safety demonstration.
Oh God, there is a bit within that safety procedure that you would do that the drunk people on the plane would make fun of, and you would just stand there mortified, but you've got to keep a straight face. The bit where they blow the little red bit where they blow, that bit there.
Oh, that's so disappointing.
So disappointing. I would stand there and I'm like, oh, why did I have to make this face while I'm doing that? God, please stop.
So demeaning.
Yeah, it is a bit demeaning. So, little things like that. And we had to always have a full face of makeup, and I found that a bit tedious every morning, making sure that was all, prim and proper. Thinking about it now, if I look back, that was horrible. The way they made us, dress, and the way, because I went through this whole flight safety program, and weeks and weeks of training, and part of that training was etiquette and how you should dress, and you were expected to wear makeup that was heavy enough to be seen at the end of the aisle.
Good grief!
I know. That's awful.
That's mega. When was that? Was that like about...
Oh, God, that was the early 2000s.
Gosh, hasn't the world changed, or has it?
Has it? I don't know. In some ways, yeah, I guess. I don't know if they... Because this is going to sound really awful, but I have seen some of the girls on the planes now, and they're not doing what we had to do.
Yeah.
They don't have to wear the full face of makeup.
They can wear trousers now as well, can't they?
They can also wear trousers, exactly, which we couldn't do.
Which is more inclusive.
Which is very inclusive.
Yes.
Yes. I couldn't wear trousers.
No.
We had to wear the skirts, and we had to wear the shoes with a slight heel.
Yes.
There were lots of specifics related.
So why the hell did you go into PR?
I don't know. So
similar industry.
I call myself a bit of hustle bunny, right? So Whatever is out there, I'm going to do it. I always wanted to just do lots of different things and get experience in lots of different areas. After the tourism stint and air hostess thing, I kind of realised, right, okay, I just want to travel. So I did lots of different little odd jobs, like in a bar, restaurant, cleaned some offices as well for a bit, just to make some money so I could travel.
All over the world?
Yes, all over the world. For as much as my budget allowed me to travel, that was the starting point. It was to travel around. Then also did the modelling thing, which I kind of fell into because of working in the bar. Someone spotted me and said, hey, have you ever thought of, doing... It started off with beauty pageants.
Oh, right.
So I did Miss Holland twice.
You obviously won.
No, I didn't. No,
why
it was
not?
no.
Come on.
I know.
I demand a recount.
I know. I demand the recount. No, I think considering everything that's going on today, I felt there was a lot of racism at play during the time.
Right.
And I think that had a lot to do with it. I felt a bit like a tick box exercise, like, okay, let's just get some black girls as part of the lineup, but of course they're never going to win. That kind of a feel. That's how it did feel to me at the time. I might be wrong, but that's how it felt.
Right.
And did Miss Universe Holland and then did Miss World Holland. Got quite close with the Miss Universe Holland one. Ended up in the final 10.
Yeah.
And then we ended up traveling to Turkey, doing photo shoots, press conferences and things
Very
like
glamorous.
that. Very glamorous. But at the same time, I had this inner tomboy and the whole situation did not feel natural.
See,
It did not feel right.
I know why you've been a tomboy because, you're pretty, aren't you? And women can be kind of really scathing if they're threatened by looks. And so, to have, to be able to sort of act like a boy, you fit in with the boys more, and then you've got those friends that you can call upon. I'm sorry if I'm putting words in your mouth. It's just
no, but you're absolutely.
I resonate
on point.
with it basically.
Yeah, you're on point. It's definitely that.
Yeah,
and being within that Miss Beauty pageant environment, it didn't feel authentic for me. It didn't feel like Boma at all. Oh, something you need to know about me is that my family, everyone calls me Sandra.
Yeah, that's your middle name.
It's an awful name. Do I look like a Sandra to you?
No.
So all that time, my name to everyone was Sandra. I switched it to Boma from the age of 21, which is quite late.
Yeah.
Trying to get people to get used to calling me that. My mum still doesn't call me that.
She refuses to.
She refuses to call. She calls me Sandy. I'm like, Mum, stop. Don't like these names.
Have you tried to sort of make her call you Boma, but she's just not having it?
Every now and then, it sort of comes out. It just doesn't come out much. No, my brother's been really good, actually. He's tried to call me Boma.
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I've got 2 older sisters and an older brother.
Oh, so you're the youngest?
I'm the youngest, and
you're
I'm the
baby.
favourite one. I'm the one that everyone likes. Sorry to my brothers and sisters.
And are they all in the Netherlands, or are they all over?
I've got one sister who's in the UK, and then I've got my
nice.
other sister in Holland, and my brother's in Holland as well.
Right.
Yeah, with my mum.
Great. And you're heading there in a minute, aren't you?
I am.
To go and see them all.
No, not to go and see them. I'm going for what they call King's Day. Have you heard of King's Day?
Yes, I have.
It's the King's birthday, which is heavily celebrated. So it used to be his mum's birthday, Queen's Day.
Right.
Because she obviously stepped down and handed everything over to him, it's his birthday that is celebrated now.
Is this where you all dress up in orange?
Yes, it is.
And get really drunk?
Yeah, and drink orange beers.
Fab. Can I come?
So I've been so stressed lately at work with the kids, and it's just been so full on. And I said to my partner literally 2 days ago, I want to go to King's Day. I haven't been for 11 years.
Wow.
That's a long time. And on top of that, I've just been so busy. We've just recently moved house, working
Nice.
and 3 kids. It's just a lot.
Yes.
So I said, would you mind if I just went to Holland for a quick 48 hours and did a really big party thing and then came back?
And just had some fun.
And just had some fun.
Yeah.
And he said, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we just had a pandemic as well.
Exactly. And this is the first one after 2 years. They haven't done one for 2 years. So I just know this is going to be amazing.
Gonna be epic.
And the weather forecast is there's no rain. I mean,
Oh my goodness.
Totally winning at life right now. I'm so excited.
Perfect. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. All right. Well, let's come to that in a bit. But what were we talking about? We were talking about your career in PR and.
Oh yeah. So how did I get to PR?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I worked in PR as well, and it was very much a kind of, similar vibe back then. You had to sort of dress a certain way, and I'm not suggesting this was the case in the agency where I worked, but it was very well known in the industry, in the PR industry, that they employed pretty girls if they could, and then when pitches came along, they would gather all of those pretty girls and send them off to the pitch. And I was very cynical about that, and I was like, no, surely that's not happening. But apparently it was just very, very common back then in the 2000s. I'm not sure if it still happens now. It's one of those things that's unsaid. But yeah, PR is another one of those strange industries where it can sometimes be that way.
I agree. PR was not something that I considered ever. I think what happened was I moved to Barcelona at one point.
Oh,
and
nice.
I said, okay, I'm going to settle in Barcelona. I did the modelling thing in Barcelona for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
While doing that, I was starting to get jobs that were in showrooms.
Right.
So one showroom in particular that I stuck with for the longest was G-Star. So
Nice.
I worked as their fit model. So they would have clients come and do buyings for their shops and things. And I would try on the jeans, come through, show them what the jeans look like on someone, of my size. And then they would make a choice whether they would like it or not. That then translated into doing stuff for the manager of the showroom at the time. So he said, "Oh, can you just do my credit cards and receipts and stuff like that?" So I was starting to see what it could be like behind the scenes of things besides just modeling. And also, when I would go to jobs, I would be more interested about the people that were taking pictures of me and everything that was happening on the background. Same thing when some things got published in magazines. I was more interested in that as well. So I thought, I really want to find out what I could do outside of just modeling, but more, in the background. And this is how I, again, started doing odd jobs, trying to work out where I would fit and what I would do. And the guy that I was dating at the time, he taught marketing and PR. So he said to me, "Oh, do you want to learn a bit more about marketing and PR?" Because he did it for agriculture, which is
amazing.
Yeah, which is amazing. But he said, basically, you can apply it to anything. He had a personal love for fashion. So he said, and he started his own brand and started selling his own shoes. And he did that all as a passion point, right? So it's nothing that made him loads of money, but he just enjoyed doing that. And he managed to get his shoes worn by certain models. And, they got in certain magazines. And he wanted to show me how he did that. Yeah. So that's where that newfound love, I guess, for PR and marketing came from. So he said, and he would go, he would do lectures during the week. And when he would come home, he would like, "Okay, should we do a little one? I'll tell you what I taught the students tonight." And then, and that's how I started
picking it up.
Started picking it up and understanding a little bit more about it. Then I started my own little thing, which it didn't fail, but I got lazy, to be honest with you. I saw
actually. It's on your LinkedIn. It's like 5 years of working for yourself.
I've been doing a lot of things for myself, just little bits and bobs, and always trying to work out what to do and what can I do. So before I had children, that was because from Barcelona, I then moved to Vietnam.
Yes, I saw.
Yes. So what I did in Barcelona, which then made me want to go to Vietnam, was I started my own brand.
Fab.
Yeah. And this brand was a showroom called Crass.
Right.
Which is shark backwards. Don't ask me where that came from. No idea where that came from. I can't remember where that came from, actually. I had a brainstorm moment, and that's where that name came from. Anyway, Crass. Crass Showroom. Crass Showroom would have collectible toys, like, do you remember Bathing Ape from Pharrell?
No.
No brand. So, and they would have little dolls and things, and that's where my love for that kind of stuff came from. A bit of like hip hop toys and stuff like that. And I was able to source these things from Thailand.
Right.
Yeah, and I was able to source. Some of them were fake, but I was able to source some of them from there. And I was like, and then I found this brand that. Well, not alongside the guy that I was dating at the time, called Gugu, which was a brand in Thailand. It was a toy, and that toy, we said, well, what if we bring it here? And we actually did, and we did bring it here, and we managed to get it into a few shops in Barcelona, and I did some PR for it, and and marketing, and just the whole business, and that's where it all sort of started.
Brill.
And that actually, what I did was I got all this stock in, I managed to sell all the stock, and I was like, oh, now what?
Yeah.
Okay. I've made a little bit of money out of it, not loads of it. And then the economy started going really bad.
2007?
Yes.
Something like that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Spain was really badly affected by it.
It really was.
And we then considered, should we move to Asia? And we thought, oh my God, absolutely. That's where it's happening.
I love that.
So we moved to Asia.
Adventurous.
We moved to Asia, that was it. And we traveled around Asia for a bit, and then we finally settled in Vietnam.
Is this with your current partner, or was this the boyfriend who taught you the marketing and the PR?
This is the boyfriend that taught me the marketing and everything, and taught me how to speak fluent Spanish as well, bless him.
Gosh.
And that was it. Got to Asia, and then in Asia I realised very clearly I want to work in fashion, PR and marketing. This is what I want to do.
Brilliant.
So my mission was find that job.
So it took you a little while to get there, like it does for any of us, really. But then you found that actually all of the lovely creativity that comes from, taking a brand and seeing how you can take it to the audience.
Exactly.
I never realised how, I always just thought PR was like, suits and boring stuff. And I didn't realise it actually was so creative. There's so many different things you could do and explore, and all the skills you could get from it.
I think
surprising.
I only realise that now.
Yeah.
Now, if I think back of what I was doing at home, I was winging it, Katie. There was no strategic plan or,
We all wing it.
I was winging it.
Yeah.
100%. I had no idea that what I was doing, what I was doing was good.
Yeah.
Or if it made sense, or, I was just doing it. And I think that is the love that I have for myself, is that no fear. Just do it, Boma.
Just do
What's
it.
the worst that can happen? What, you're going to fail? Yeah, fine, fail then.
I love it.
And then move on.
Don't overthink it. Just do it.
Didn't overthink that at all. I overthink lots of other things, but not things like this, like big moves. Big moves I don't overthink.
Oh my goodness, I've met my spirit animal or something. My soul sister. I'm terrible for that. Like, I do overthink like really sort of small things.
I do. Small things I do.
But big things, I mean, I've been in London for 24 hours, and I keep saying to my husband, should we just come here? Should we just live here? Come on, let's do it. Let's sell the house. And he just freaks out because he does think about things, and he's like, yeah, it would be good. He's really nice though, because he'll listen and he'll say, yeah, okay, maybe it would be good for these reasons. He walked me over the bridge actually before I came here, and it's lovely here. We're looking out over, where are we looking out? That's a very bright blue sky out there.
Oh gosh, yeah, not sure where we're
looking on some train tracks, and
the train tracks leading to London Bridge.
Some of your lovely team here at JDO.
Yes.
But we'll get to that.
We'll get to that in a minute. They're all very seriously at work.
Yeah, that's great.
So got to Vietnam, boom, that was it. I understood it, I knew what I wanted, and it was this fashion marketing PR job. Now, what that actually meant at the time for me, again, I did not know.
Yeah.
I did not know where to go. So I started to network like crazy, which meant lots of drinking every night, going out, meeting people, finding the right people, mixing, which was very easy to do in Vietnam actually, because there's a very small expat community and a very small elite community, and as a foreigner it's very easy to tap into that.
Yeah.
And I managed to tap into that, and I managed to find that job, and I got hired as, wait for it, marketing specialist.
Oh, yes.
From what? Marketing specialist for a leading fashion retail company for the whole country.
Wow.
One of the first people to franchise big names. Their first brand that they brought into Vietnam was Mango.
Yeah. Wow.
So and they had quite a few other luxury brands as well. Versace being one of them, Just Cavalli being one of them as well.
Amazing.
So they were really, they when I got there, they were already in a really good space with brands. So I came on, I said, marketing specialist. I mean, I sat there thinking, oh my God, I am the dog's bollocks. I'm going to absolutely smash this. This is totally where I want to be.
Fab.
Yeah.
It's a great job title.
Yeah, no, again, did not know what that meant, but I was going to win it. Like everything else I'd done up until that point, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was it really. And from that point, I was so committed, so dedicated to being the best marketing specialist you'd ever seen. And within 6 months, I was promoted to PR marketing manager because I did so well.
Yeah.
And helped the company really build a good name. And also revenue had increased with my efforts that I was doing, talking to magazines, getting their stuff published in magazines for free, some paid, but really establishing a good base and a really good relationship for people that, I was the first person they would come to if they wanted some of our clothes for any of their events. Because in Vietnam, it's a bit of a complicated situation when it comes to doing PR.
Right.
So, for example, drinks brands, at the time, I'm not sure if that's changed now, but at the time, drinks brands were not allowed to advertise. No billboards, nothing like that.
Right.
So they would use...
Quite religious.
Communism, more.
Oh, right. Oh, okay.
Yes, coming from a communist view. But lots of complicated things in Vietnam at the time. I'm sure that from what I can see, they've definitely made a lot of changes. They're such a rapidly developing country. It's crazy to see how much they've developed since I left there. But yeah, so drinks brands would come to me and ask me if they could partner up with me, do an event, because I used to do new store opening events.
Yeah.
For example, I'll give you an example. Sky Vodka, they wanted to partner up with Jimmy Choo, which was one of our brands.
Beautiful.
To do a launch event. So they would have their drinks there, and we had celebrities coming to the event to attend, and there would be lots of press. So that's how they would get their publicity. So
wow.
I managed to build a good relationship that way as well. And yeah, that was my journey in Vietnam. It was lovely. I even got asked to be a guest judge on Vietnam Next Top Model first season.
Oh, brilliant.
I know, which was so funny. Oh, I was horrible, actually. I should have been less bitchy, to be honest. But
no, I bet that was entertaining.
I was tasked to be a bit bitchy during the judging, which was funny. So yeah, so there's a lot came out of this life in Vietnam.
Oh, I'm going to have to look that up.
Yeah, someone asked me the other day, is that still on YouTube? I'm like, I hope it's not. I hope it's been taken down, please.
Oh, I bet that was so much fun.
It was fun. It was very fun. And also because it was the first season, it was huge. Everyone tuned in. I mean, we're talking, it was broadcast nationally, and we're talking about, 18 million plus people.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he swore then.
Yeah, so yeah, it was great. Great experience.
So you've been a celebrity, you've been a TV presenter, you've been a model, you've worked in PR, you've worked in sales, you've been an air hostess.
I've cleaned offices.
You've cleaned offices, and now here you are, however many years later, as a brand ambassador for JDO.
Yes.
Which I have no idea what a brand ambassador would do at an agency. So hopefully you can explain.
Yes.
And also your, let me just consult my notes here.
Consult your notes, darling.
I'm trying to see. A talent manager.
Yes, that's just recently after coming back from maternity leave. That's been my new job title.
New job title.
Yes.
So you're no longer a brand ambassador. You're now talent manager at JDO.
I'm still the brand ambassador.
Cool.
And also now talent manager. So I would definitely say that you can put them into one
yes
job, because they essentially do the same thing. So as a brand ambassador, I basically represent JDO externally, also internally, to boost morale from my colleagues. And my initial job description for JDO was to come in, represent the company, and attract young talent. Work on our student competition called Raw.
Yes.
Which you
very familiar.
You're familiar with, aren't you? Yes, because you sat as one of our judges. This was 10 years ago?
Yeah.
This is where you met Flo.
Yes.
Flo started in. Brilliant idea. So 10 years ago.
I think I'm involved this year as well, actually.
You are involved this year.
Been so busy. I'm like, am I involved? I can't remember.
Popular lady you are. So that's where it started for me to head up the Raw competition, because JDO was growing and they needed someone to really make that bigger and better, because
Yes.
it was already good, but they had to take a few years off because of so many projects going through studio and they were really busy. So I came in, really started again, and brought it out there. And the idea with that was to attract young talent, fresh, new, young blood. JDO, we always say we believe graduates are the lifeblood of the industry, potential future creative directors. So the idea was mainly that, and speaking to lecturers, universities, just being that face for JDO when going out and bringing the talent in. Within that role, it expanded into a bit of the PR, as you know, because I've also been contacting you and chatting to you.
Yeah.
Worked very closely with our marketing manager as well. And then I think what happened, mainly from Raw, I noticed the lack of diversity.
Right.
Coming from universities, coming to us directly, almost never really. So being a woman of color myself, who has also experienced a few things here and there in all the odd jobs that I did up until now, that diversity was important, and it wasn't here. So I started having conversations with leadership team here at JDO, and they were very much on board, very much supportive of finding new ways to see how we can attract this diverse talent.
Without it being, a tick in the box. And
Exactly. And I think it's really hard, for agencies. We all know that the design agency is one of the least diverse ones in the UK. It just hurts me to even say it,
Yeah.
but it is true. We can't deny the facts. And the fact that I then came into JDO, had these conversations, and they were very accepting of this, and also very much in agreement of, yeah, you're right. Changes need to be made. Then, of course, the big George Floyd situation happened.
yeah,
Which
2020.
Yep, which definitely highlighted what we already knew, to be honest with you, because we were already making moves before the George Floyd situation happened. But then we realized, no, we've got to do more. We've got to do better. We've got to be more loud and proud about the fact that we are actively looking for this. Because we were doing it already, but in the background, quietly, without making too much fuss about it. Because, me especially, being careful of the fact that people could say, oh, look at them, they're just ticking another box. And well, no, actually we're not. We're actually actively trying to make a difference, however small.
Yeah.
And I'll give you an example of that. So our creative director, Bronwyn, who is creative director here at our London studio, she started an initiative, which is amazing, because we realised that we were not getting the diverse talent from the universities. So we're like, the problem is before university. It's secondary school.
Yeah.
Where all of these people, these young creatives, are unaware of the possibilities work-wise in a design agency. So
well, I'd never heard of graphic design when I was, in school.
No, but neither did I.
Or PR or...
No, exactly. I never knew these things were out there, that there's actual possibility of you to learn about them and, get a good job out of them. So Bronwyn went to the Central Foundation Boys School.
Right.
I think it's in Tower Hamlet area in London.
I don't know.
And spoke to the lecturers there and said she would like to get some BAME talents to come. Oh, I hate saying that word, BAME, and I just said it and I cringed myself. I don't like that word, but unfortunately it's the way we refer to a certain group of people here, isn't it? So she and the lecturers were very happy with that. So she actually got 2 young boys in and gave them some work experience within an agency. Just explained to them how things work here, and if this would be something that they would be interested in. And they loved it, and they were very young. They were 16. What could they have done? Well, not much, but they were in the environment. They saw what it meant.
Yeah.
They were mentored through for a few weeks, and they left with an experience that would hopefully help them to make a good choice later on, knowing that this is a choice. So Like I said, we've been doing little bits and bobs beforehand. But yeah, George Floyd definitely made a push for more.
Yeah, definitely. It caused a big shift. And I was talking to lots of different people about this. How soon do you feel like changes will be made that we can actually see, that are very visible in the creative industry? Because it is very white at the moment. It is very male dominated. There's obviously a big conversation about women and why there aren't more female leaders at the top. That's a massive conversation in itself, isn't it? Because you're a mother of 3 and...
Absolutely, it is a massive conversation. And I'm really proud to say that at JDO, we have a lot of women here.
Yeah,
have a lot of women. And our founder and, our founders, Paul and Ben, have been so supportive as well of, women at the top as well. Like, Flo, our MD, she's at the top. Bronwyn, like I just said, she's our leading creative director.
Yeah.
We've got another VP, female, in New York, heading up the studio there. Another female in China, Greenlee. She runs the show over in Shanghai. So, these are all females at the top. And there's a lot of females, again, within the team. So it's definitely something that we know that we do well here. But where we know that we still need to do more work is just getting more diverse talent through the doors.
Yes.
And just, really strengthening our current offer with more diverse point of views, I think.
Yes.
And I think a lot of agencies are realising that it's so important to have that within an agency.
Yeah.
Especially if you're designing on a global scale.
Let's be honest. The tools we use to be creative, sometimes they don't quite stretch enough to meet our needs. If you're a professional artist with an iPad, you'll know only too well some of the limitations you face when trying to make art. Astropad Studio is something that will definitely spark your interest. It's the ultimate iPad app that is designed to give the flexibility of an Apple Pencil combined with the full desktop power of software like Illustrator or Photoshop. Does that sound good? There's a 30-day free trial of Astropad Studio waiting for you today. Plus save 10% on your first year when you enter the promo code BOOM at checkout. That applies to whether you opt for a monthly or an annual subscription. Just go to astropad.com to get started. And I suppose in the sense of women, the pandemic, for not necessarily for JDO, who are already clearly doing lots of really good things, it's really kind of made a lot of companies realise that they can do flexible working. They can make it easier for parents, not just women, but,
I'm so grateful for that. As you've already said, I'm a mother of 3, and I couldn't be more grateful for this flexible working. And what I think is another great thing to come out of the pandemic is, we should start measuring output rather than people coming into the office from 9 to 6 or whatever time it might be. Why do we have to look at the time they're there? They might be so unproductive during the time that they're in the studio, and do so much more at home. We did really well over the pandemic. Yeah. We really thrived and we worked hard. And I think I worked more than I ever did. And then coming back to the studio, obviously, is important because I miss the connection. I miss, giving my colleagues a cuddle and saying, hey, guys. Are you a hugger? I'm a hugger.
Well, we did have a hug immediately when we met.
I'm a bit of a hugger. I love it. I'm very tactile. And I think it's important as humans to be tactile. I think the pandemic stopped that. And that, for me, was an issue.
I'm a sort of forearm toucher. I do that a lot, What
do you mean a forearm touch?
It sounds creepy. That doesn't. I just tap their foot. I'm not creepily stroking their arm, but there's. I always do it. I find it's a habit. I just reach out. A gentleman came up to me who would do these surveys in the street the other day as I was walking to another interview in London, and I just sort of put my hand naturally on his arm and went, "Oh, where are you from?" and started talking to him, and then I freaked out because I realised I'd never met this person.
But did he freak out though?
No, I think he found it lovely. I think.
Oh, nice.
There was a kind of, shared kind of, warmth because we're all out in the big bright world again and touching each other.
It's just breathing weird. In each other's faces.
And being sort of awkward. We were talking about that off.
Oh, God, that awkwardness. Do you know what? I find English people generally quite awkward. I have to be honest with you. So, I'm from Holland, right? And we are quite direct. and we give, 3 kisses, when we see each other.
I like
and
that.
We're very, cuddly and tactile, and and English people, you just never know what you're gonna do when you stand in front. I'm like, do we kiss?
Do we hug? It's very awkward.
Do a really floppy handshake? What are we doing?
I think I might move to Holland.
Holland. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, they're so liberal. They're so welcoming.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I struggle here with the awkwardness. Like, do you know what I found really? What I found really hard during the pandemic is that when you were walking outside and you're walking towards somebody,
Yeah.
this is already an awkward moment, whether you go left, right, are they going left or right? Am I going left or right? During the pandemic, that situation was worse.
Yeah.
People were trying to dodge each other so much to the point that the dodging became incredibly awkward.
They were jumping in front of cars.
I know, people
where
were
we
literally
lived.
jumping on the road. Exactly. And I even got shouted at for not moving out of the way.
Gosh.
I know. An old lady actually shouted at me.
What did she say? Move!
She said some really ugly things I'm not going to say.
Oh, no, she wasn't racist.
No, she wasn't racist, thank goodness for that, but she was very rude.
Oh. How old was she?
Old?
Was she like gangster granny or something?
God, maybe she was. She was channeling her inner gangster granny, but she was rude. I just kind of left. I thought, right, George, she hasn't got much longer to live anyway. I'm not going to stress her. I'll just keep going. Not worth the ag. Not worth it.
I just always say, I'm really sorry.
Oh, bless.
I do that thing my mum taught me. You just don't know what, we'll be in the car with my mum driving us somewhere shopping and somebody will shout at us, because I've accidentally sort of cut them up or something. And my mum will just lean in and say really sinisterly, but with well-meaning and compassion, she'll say, they've just found out they're going to die in 2 days' time.
Oh, God.
And that's her way of dealing with it. It's like, you don't know what hell other people are going through.
You don't.
So
You don't.
people were very afraid these last couple of years as well. So I think that made some people behave irrationally. Not that I'm justifying this woman's behaviour, but
no, but I do understand what you mean.
It helps our mental health, doesn't it, when we
It
sort
does.
of make excuses for people, even if they're not true. And I suppose you've done an awful lot of that in your time,
Yes.
being a woman and a woman of colour.
Oh, definitely. I've made all kinds of excuses. I've even, tried to water myself down, like we were discussing earlier, about just not wanting to be too loud because I didn't want to make people think, oh, look at her. Typical.
Yeah, but you're pretty, and if you've got personality too and confidence, it's like, you might as well just put a sign around your neck and say, hate me.
Oh, completely. I'm so glad you understand this.
I do understand.
And I don't have to openly explain myself about it.
No.
But yeah, no, I've made lots of excuses, especially, working and being around people, always making excuses, for maybe coming across in a certain way. And I always ask myself, why am I doing this?
Yeah, who are you doing it for?
Who am I doing it for? It's not for myself, because I feel awful.
Yeah.
I'm doing it for others, but why am I doing this to please them? And what are they doing to please me? Or how are we? This is not a good interaction. It's not fair interaction here.
But it's death by 1,000 cuts, isn't it? So over time, you kind of brush the little thing off here, brush a little thing off there, and then they add up to be something that's a lot more painful. And then we kind of just use these coping mechanisms. And I don't know whether it's a common thing with women in general, but amongst my friends, we do have discussions where we try and be a little bit quieter, because we know that if we are loud or get quite passionate about something, we're sort of, by some people we're sort of deemed over emotional or not thinking rationally, or this is why there's some people out there in the world who still think that women shouldn't be in control of the red button, because we'd be too emotional.
We should be in control of everything, to be honest with you. I think we're so efficient as human beings. Oh, did I just say we have to? God, is this...
What are we saying?
No, okay, now I'm going to be called feminist, right? Because I'm saying this.
Well,
but
feminism is about equality, though, isn't it? It's about...
Absolutely. This is how I feel. Look, there should be equality in everything, male, female. But like you said, as females, we do try to push a bit harder to be seen, to be understood. And like you said, being shoved always in certain corners
Yeah.
Because we are female.
Do you feel you've had to work twice as hard then as men?
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
did I? Absolutely. As a female, not only that, but also as someone of colour, and also because I look a certain way.
Yeah.
Do you know, I would get girls say, oh, you're lucky because you're pretty. I'm thinking, do you think that? Do you actually think I'm lucky because I look in a certain way? Do you know how many times I've gotten into trouble because of the way I look? Mm-hmm. Do you know how many times I've had people come, or men especially, treat me in a certain way because of the way I look?
Yeah.
How am I lucky? I have to work so hard to show somebody I might look a certain way, but I also have brains.
Yeah.
I'm not stupid.
It's very frustrating.
It's very frustrating, So yes, my goodness, this is why I call myself a hustle bunny, because I have hustled, up until this point. Yes, I made the conscious choice of not to go to university. That's because I wanted to gain experience from other areas. But even that I had to justify to people.
Yeah.
When looking for jobs or when applying for jobs. And I said this in that article that I wrote for Creative Boom, didn't I?
I remember it very well.
Yes, about having to lie.
That was
on
when
my
you had
CV.
to take your kind of name that you didn't want to use.
Yeah, I had to take Boma out of the equation. I'd have to use my first name, Sandra, and my last name, Krijgsman, because those sounded white and I would be seen. The amount of times I then would walk through a door somewhere and be like, they'll call my name and I'd stand up and they'll still look around me as if I wasn't there. I'm like, yeah, it's me. It's me. Yeah, the one with the curly hair here and the tan. Mm-hmm. But it's and that's one thing. But also, hey, I've had to face difficulties on the other side as well. On the black side, where I'm not black enough. How can you call yourself black? You're not even that black. And then think, oh my God, where do I belong anywhere? As a teenager, this was a massive struggle. Massive, because when you're a teenager, as you know, especially a young girl, you're trying to find your place. You're trying to find your sense of belonging. Where do I fit in? And even though I feel like no one should try and fit in anywhere, but you do that as a young child because you don't know any differently.
It's a scary new world.
Absolutely. I struggled.
Yeah.
I once had someone tell me, and this happened in America. Yeah, I had a guy say to me, oh, wow, you're one of those Beyonce-looking ones, aren't you? And I said, what?
Ones?
Yeah, ones. You're one of those Beyonce-looking ones. And I said, what does that even mean?
What does it
He says,
mean?
Oh, you're an it. You don't belong. I said, my goodness, where's this coming from? I said, I'm feeling the hate here.
Who said that?
Some guy. Okay, to be fair, I was in Virginia. I could have expected this somehow, I could have expected this guy to be, the way he was. But he was a black guy. And he said that to me. And I said, well, why are you coming at me like this? And he said, because people like you just make life so difficult for others. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Oh, that's so...
He was horrible. I didn't understand his view.
That's complicated.
Very
that
complicated.
On many levels, to unpick that.
And at the time, again, I was, quite a bit younger. If I think about it now, he was mentally unstable. I'm putting it down to that because the things he was saying, they didn't really make much sense.
He had 2 days to live.
There you go. Absolutely. I wish I had that thought in my mind then. It was horrible. And that even made me doubt myself. Why? I don't know. At the time, I did think
other people's words can be very powerful, very cutting.
Very powerful. And then I found myself, well, we were saying, making excuses to this guy as to why I can affiliate myself to black people and also why I can do it with white people. My dad's white, my mum's black. Don't make me choose. Mm-hmm. I understand everyone. I'm just a human being who happens to be mixed.
Yeah, you're an individual.
An individual, right? But no, this guy was saying I'm one of those Beyonce-looking ones. God knows what he meant by that, but thanks, she is pretty.
Thanks for putting me in a box.
I know. I didn't mind the box.
It's frustrating.
It is.
We've both suffered a lot in various ways, and I really do feel like as women we do have to prove ourselves. And even when we decide, when it comes to whether we're going to become a parent, I decided not to have children, and that kind of blew up a few interesting...
I was going to say, that must have been because people always expect you to want to have children.
Yeah, well, my parents and Tom's family, they were great. It was just the occasional women, actually. They kind of...
were they judgmental about it?
They would say really, really cruel things. And I'm talking, this was probably about 10 years ago. And I think a lot's changed since then. I think people are been a bit more open-minded about it, or maybe they didn't say what they truly think, but I don't know. I'm hoping that people are sort of more open to it. But I generally would have people say, oh, are you one of those, career women?
Oh, that's an awful thing to say.
I was like, well, yeah, I work hard and I get a lot of meaning from my work and that. And then you would sort of go through things where you'd make excuses and you'd say, well, I'd be a bit of a useless mum, I'm a bit kind of got a low attention span. And you'd sort of make it loads of excuses to try and sort of appease other people. And then over time, you kind of just realise, actually, no, I can just be me. And if people have got a problem with that, then that's not my problem. But my friends who've had children in the meantime said, don't worry about it, Katie. I've had one and I don't intend to have another. And all I get all the time is, when are you having a second one? Isn't it a bit selfish only having one? Because they won't have a brother and sister. And so it's really, we cannot win no matter what we do, whether we have children, whether we don't, whether we have one, whether we had three. I mean, if you have three, you might be told, oh, isn't that a bit too much?
Oh, God, I don't know. I kind of fell into this kid thing, to be honest. I never thought I was going to have any. My mum never thought I was going to have any children.
Oh, really?
No, because I was very focused on just doing stuff. I didn't even have a clear life goal. All I want to experience as much as I can in life in the best way that I can, right? And
free spirit.
Yeah, very free spirit. And I loved that way. But I think also because, like I said, Nigerian culture can be quite limiting in the way they think and what they expect from you as their child and, what they want you to do and what they want you to pursue, and kind of rebelled against that and, did what I wanted and went where I wanted. And I've always been really successful. Like I said, I have failed quite a few times, and there have been, some horrible moments that have taught me things in life, which I've taken those lessons and, moved on and, taken things that I've learned from around the world and from all the cultures that I've, been around, people that I've met on the way. Yeah. And applied those in, other things that I would experience. But yeah, where was I going with this? Where was I going with this? I kind of lost myself again.
We were talking about, you were a free spirit and you never thought you would end up a parent.
This is mum brain, by the way.
Oh, is it?
Yes. So my younger, she's still quite young, and this fogginess. Oh, some people say it's COVID as well. Yeah? COVID. I don't know. I'm putting it down to mum brain.
What about being 43?
Maybe.
Or just, a bit dizzy half the time.
The kid thing, that I kind of fell into the kid thing. Again, I remember I said to you that I'm really good at just making big moves and with no fear. And I made one big move, which was while I was in Vietnam, I met someone, fell in love very quickly. Was going through, I think I was going through this point in my life where I thought, I really need to, this PR world is lovely, it's beautiful, but it was a bit vacuous. Yeah. And, I was living the high life in Vietnam, doing Dom Perignon almost every night and going out almost every night. Yeah. And, not only was my liver suffering, but my mental health was suffering. Right. And I met someone and I thought, could this be the way out? Could this be me moving and then starting a family and doing something completely different and just chilling out and just relaxing and not having this vacuous life and maybe having some meaning? Yeah. That quickly changed. I thought, no, I'm going to go to London. I'm going to do the fashion thing in London. This was my thought. He was an English guy, the guy I met.
So you met him out in
Vietnam.
And then he came back.
So we did a bit of long distance, which we then realised, right, okay, someone's got to make the move. And I'd made that move. So I moved to the UK for him. Yeah. Again, you see, no fear, big moves. Love it. Literally sold, half of my life in Vietnam, did a Boma garage sale and sold all my designer shoes and bags just so that I can...
Including the Jimmy Choos.
No, I took those. No, I took those with me.
I love it.
Took those with me. Gave a lot away, to be honest with you. And
it's just stuff.
Yeah, it's just stuff. Exactly. Yeah. Didn't think that though at the time, but now that I think back, it's just stuff. Made the move here. I had a Chihuahua I had to leave behind. Yeah, so I had this Chihuahua from all my years that I lived in Barcelona, and he travelled with me, everything, but I could not, because Vietnam at the time, bringing a dog from Vietnam to a European country, he had to sit through quarantine, which was super expensive at the time. I don't know, something crazy, like £90 a day I had to pay.
I'm not judging you for it.
You know,
I'd have done the same.
And I found him a really lovely gay couple, had a lovely mansion, and they had chihuahuas, and he just slotted right in, you know, and I felt awful doing this, but he was quite old already. He was 8 at the time. It really hurt me to leave him behind, but it just made sense at the time to do.
Sure.
So yes, I did that, moved to the UK, and the plan was take 3 months off, think about what I'm doing, what am I going to do, and then I got pregnant.
All the best plans.
Yeah, basically that.
How old were you? How old were you when you were
27?
Wow, okay.
Yeah, no, this wasn't the plan, Katie. It was not the plan at all. The plan was continue working within the fashion industry with, you know, the contacts that I had built up already in Vietnam, because all the brands were here. So, you know, see if I could score a job here. And that kind of did not happen.
But you seem so happy.
Yeah, no, I'm super happy. Super happy. Unfortunately, I'm not with the same partner anymore. We had 2 kids. Things didn't work out. And
sorry about that.
Yeah. No, I'm actually really chuffed, to be honest. Please don't be sorry. Best decision I've made for me, for him, and for the children. Yeah, there's no point of keeping yourself in a relationship where you're just going to try and stay together because of kids.
Yeah.
A lot of people really need to just cut that one out. It's awful. Don't do it.
100%.
You're killing yourself. You're killing those children. You think the kids don't see? They 100% see. They feel those vibes, that energy between you and your partner. You don't like each other.
Yeah.
Why are you doing it?
Yeah.
You know?
You've got to be happy as well.
You've got to be happy as well. Happy mum, happy everyone, right? So made that choice. Again, another big move. Gosh, that was a big move. So made that big move. Moved me and the boys out and started living as a single mum for a bit.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And working for yourself and doing all these incredible things.
Yes. So that's when the other part of working for myself comes in, where I started helping out private high net worth clients with sorting their life out. I couldn't even sort my own life out. I was sorting their life out.
I'm sure you were doing absolutely fine.
Yeah, no, it was lovely. I had one person in particular that was super amazing to work for. Lovely lady. We've ended up being friends now, and she was one of the most amazing, quirkiest of people that I've worked for, and her requests that she had were something else. Very
you can't
very
share,
out there.
But yeah,
I can share some of them. Like, you know, she wanted to start her own nail polish brand, and she said to me, "Boma, do you want to go to Las Vegas quickly?" I said, "What? To do what?" Well, there's this exhibition, Cosmoprof.
Right.
Beauty expo. And she says, "You're just going to do some sourcing for me." I was like, "Okay, how long do I go?" And she's like, "Well, for all the days that you're there." It's a huge expo. Gosh, when I said yes to that, I had no idea what was waiting for me. But I thought, you know what? Because I was still in my crappy relationship with my ex, I thought, I'm so going to go.
Do it.
I'm going to do it.
I'm sure you got looked after and put in business and...
Yes.
Fabulous.
Yes, I got really nice stayed at the Wynn, Las Vegas, and partied all those nights that I was there. But at the same time, still did my job. Still came through.
Very professional.
Yeah, very professional. But you know, you've got to network at night. got to do a little bit of gambling when you're in Vegas.
It comes with the territory, doesn't it?
It does.
It's the fun bit.
That was that was amazing. It was a job that allowed me to work around the children and to make choices when I could. The starting of that job was actually the best one, which was this lady owned a property on Portobello Road called the Rainbow House.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so this Rainbow House, what a place. Honestly, what a place. It had a slide that went from the master bedroom into the lounge/kitchen area.
Oh my God, how will the other half live?
Well, no one ever lived in that property.
Did you go down the slide?
I did several times, and then once I put a mattress at the bottom of the slide so that because it went really fast, so that you would then land on the mattress and then slide forward. That's so fun! Great fun! It was so fun. So I managed the property. It was empty.
When are you going to write your book?
Should I write a book?
Yes.
Should I?
I bet you've got the most amazing stories.
I've got so many stories. Yeah,
You'd have to get a lawyer.
Too much for now. I know. I don't know which one of them I can talk about.
Well, that's what the lawyer will tell you. They'll say,
exactly.
Right, you need to, confession. You'd have to call it something more original than this, but Confessions of a Girl working in the sort of marketing world, really.
Oh my goodness. Confessions of a hustle bunny.
Hustle bunny. Yeah, just call it hustle bunny.
Hustle bunny, that's it.
Love it.
Anything I could get my hands on, I did. I've experienced so many fun, crazy moments.
I feel like you're only just getting started, though. I mean, I've only just met you today. We've talked on email. Over 2 or 3 years now, maybe.
Because I went away from maternity leave for a
Yes.
bit, came back.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. Oh yeah, my little girl, lovely. So her name is Bamboo, which I get so many reactions. No, I get so many reactions to that name.
Cute.
And my little boy, Mum, that's panda food. I'm like, I know, but it's a cool name, and we're going to stick with it. Yeah, so it's spelled with a U rather than double O.
Oh, nice.
Just to give it a bit of more of a namey vibe rather than actual Bamboo.
Well, why can't we make up names? And
I think so.
That's very cool.
I like different names. So I've got my eldest called Zeno, the second one's called Miko.
Wow.
And then Bamboo. So Zeno actually is basically gift from Zeus.
Right.
Yeah, so basically it's Zeus's little baby. That's why I found that on the internet. The first thing I found was acne cream. I thought, oh God, Boma.
This is the thing. How do you brand a child?
I know. Basically.
Yeah. I mean, gosh, I wouldn't know where to start, because it's got so much pressure, hasn't it?
It does.
From what we've been talking about with names and.
It does. It does have a bit of pressure. I think my main thing was I'm called Boma, which is quite a different name. Different here, not very different in Nigeria, where it's from, and. I can't call my kid Dave or Sarah or Jane or, I need to come up with something a little bit more different.
No offence to the Janes and the Sarahs.
Absolutely no offence there at all. It's just more like, more names that you'll hear more often,
Yes.
Yeah, so I had to
something
find
that's more you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically. So, yeah.
I think that's what parents do, though, don't they? I think traditionally they have named their children something that could then one day do very well for them at job interview. So what I want to know now is, do you feel like the world that your children are coming into, do you feel like they would have to sort of change their name by the time they go for job interviews here? Or can you see like a shift happening? Can you feel it? Because sometimes I feel like I need to lie on the floor and see if I can hear anything, because I feel like there's a shift happening. But as we were talking off mic before as well, about biases and how we have so many of them. Am I just wishful thinking here?
I'm wishful thinking with you, Katie, because I'm hoping that, these biases that are coming to light more and more and that people are becoming more aware of, that my children will not be judged by their names, and that they will be able to
or the colour of their skin.
Or the colour of their skin.
Or being too white, too black.
Well, they're going to struggle, to be honest with you, because they don't look white, but they don't look black either. So my first two boys, their father is half English, half Turkish. And me being half Dutch and half Nigerian, they are a mix of 4 countries.
Wow.
It shows, because they look different. I don't know what other word to give it, but they look, you can see that they're really mixed.
Yeah.
And my eldest, he's the one that's got most of the tan. And my second one, he is quite white-skinned, but he has quite strong black features.
Right.
And hair like mine, really curly.
Sounds beautiful.
Yeah, and green eyes. And then the eldest has blue and green eyes. Yeah, so they're very mixed. So but you know what? I read this report that in the next 50 years or so, this is what humanity is going to start looking like a bit more, because of all the different, ethnicities and cultures all mixing, creating
globalization.
Exactly. So I'm wishful thinking like you. Yes, I'm hoping that over, the next 10, 15 years that this is
in our lifetimes.
In our lifetimes still. I'm hoping to experience that, all the biases are thrown out the window and that people are just given a chance, just spoken to based on who they are as an individual, and not looked at hair, skin, gender, clothing, age, whatever, you know, but just a person.
child without children.
Yeah. Exactly. You know?
I think it's great to hear everything that JDO is doing and recognizing, you know, that, you know, you have to go back further as well in education and speak to the kids and show them what's possible and show them that actually there's an industry there that is welcoming and wanting to be diverse and have more. And especially with everything you're doing in the creative world with branding and advertising campaigns, you can't have diverse output creative if you haven't got diverse teams. You know, you can't just have a bunch of white people assuming what a certain market might want. You have to have the mix. It's not rocket science.
No, absolutely. That definitely makes things easier.
So I think that's happening. So that's why I'm hopeful.
Yeah.
I can see that, like, I don't know, some of the things that we're seeing on Netflix that are coming out are starting to sort of show that change. And it's not just what we're seeing on our screens. These things are actually being written and made by people of colour, for example. A bit of backlash sometimes, which is, you know, shows we've still got a long way to go.
Of course. I was going to say,
everybody
that's
going nuts over Bridgerton, is it?
Yes. What's the deal with that?
I have no idea.
Honestly.
Oh, it's not historically correct.
I don't
Who cares?
know. I know, who cares? It's just entertainment value.
Our history is not really something to be proud of.
No, let's not even.
Can we just change it?
I know. Let's not even start going into that because, you know, that's a whole other kind of worms.
That is another kind of worms.
But yeah, no, I think it feels nice to be part of an agency that is in the beginning stages of, you know, making this change and getting there and, you know, and listening to me, giving me a voice as well to speak and to, you know, support them in getting getting this done and being on this journey with them and hopefully, you know, a successful journey. I mean, do you know what, to be fair, we've done, you know, after the George Floyd thing happened, we did besides the article that I sent to you of the Black Creativity Matters, we then created,
which I'll link in the show notes.
Oh, fantastic! Yes, be good for people to, you know, read that and just, you know, get a better understanding where I'm coming from when it comes to the, you know, the whole industry and diversity and how I feel about it in depth. But we did a Black Creativity Matters workshop after that article where we supported young Black creatives in rebranding. Or no, it wasn't really rebrand. Well, the idea wasn't to rebrand, but there was a little startup, the Curly Connect, they're called, a black hair care brand, and we offered our services to help them rebrand, redesign, do a design extension on a new product line as well, and and then we got some Black creatives in from Ravensbourne University to join in with our young creatives as well. Great. To come up with things together, and it felt so nice to see them working together. Because we got two of our male designers, two white males, two Black females, and they were actually chatting to each other. And the girls were giving them insights on Black hair care products, and the boys were giving them their skills on how to rebrand and design, and it was just such a nice way of information being shared amongst two completely different.
Was that unusual?
I think it was unusual. No, it wasn't unusual. It was just nice to see.
Yeah.
That's what it was for me. It was just nice to see that happening, because the girls did say, oh, thank you so much, invaluable experience for us. And even the boys said, oh, wow, this is amazing. We learned so much about Black hair and wash routines that we never knew anything about. And that's what I loved about it. I love the fact that they were sharing information and you just learning, enriching your knowledge to know something that you probably wouldn't have known if you didn't chat to them.
Yeah, it's making the assumption that people don't want to know about it.
Exactly.
So then it's not. That's one aspect of things that aren't talked about. But actually, when you start talking about these things, people are really interested.
People are really interested, but it's just breaking that ice and giving that platform, that opportunity.
It's okay to talk about these things.
Exactly. So I think that was a really good thing that came out of working on that. And we're still as an agency, we're still trying so hard. I'm speaking to recruitment agencies that specialize in Black talent. So there's one that I got really excited about. They're called Black Girls in Tech.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, so they focus on Black females in the tech sector, but they also do design and, client services and strategy. And I just got really excited about it. And I thought, do you know what? Well done, girls, for seeing that there is this lack and for creating something to help not just Black females, but also to create this awareness that, hey,
there's a problem and
we need to address it. And we are here specialized in bringing that talent that could be underrepresented, So, we're coming up with a few amazing things with them at the moment. Watch this space.
Oh,
yeah.
Can't wait.
I'm hoping to do something fun with them as well. And, just honestly, constantly having internal conversations as well. I'm looking at bringing speakers in to talk to us about biases and how we can understand them better and how we can, start to eliminate some of these biases because, and everyone's got bias. Everyone's got bias,
It's true.
If you don't know about them, you will continue on having them. But if you're made aware of them, you'll be conscious. Like, oh, I'm doing that thing again. Okay, no, cut it out. Just being aware. So, getting speakers in to help us understand better. So, there's definitely things happening within JDO and I'm excited. I'm really excited where it's going. I'm excited with the support that I'm getting from the team. I can't wait. Can't wait to share all the extra bits and bobs that we're doing internally to hopefully get this diverse talent in that we're looking for and nurturing young, diverse creatives as well, just those boys and girls out there that are keen to get into an industry that they might have heard of, not sure where to go, and also hopefully getting people to harness that creativity that they have within, but not knowing where to go so they can release it.
Yeah, and the more diverse these places become, the more they instantly appear welcoming.
Yes.
And then that solves that other problem.
Exactly. I'm so glad you've said that because I have received comments from certain recruiters saying, but diverse talent doesn't really necessarily feel comfortable within a predominantly white establishment. So what are you doing internally to make them feel comfortable?
Right.
And this is where I'm trying to get some speakers in so that they can help us understand better what people that feel that way need.
Yes.
What are they looking for? And I totally understand them. It's not enough me just saying, oh, come. I'm Black too. I feel your pain. No. That's not enough. There has to be more linked to that.
Yeah.
And that's what we're looking at as an agency to gain a better understanding of how we can better ourselves to make people understand that we are welcoming. We want you here with us and to grow and to build and to create.
Oh, it's so inspiring.
Yeah.
Very excited for you. And thank you so much for talking us through all the wonderful things you're doing here. And
thank you for listening.
I hope, thank you for chatting. And have an amazing time at King's Day. I noticed that your nails are orange as well.
Did you notice my orange
fully prepared
nails?
For the celebrations.
I'm so prepared for King's Day. So it's all about orange. And I love the fact that they change everything in town to be orange. So beers, fountains, balloons, everything.
All the boys take their tops off, don't they, and paint themselves orange?
They do, yes. There's going to be a lot of naughty behaviour, I would say, going on at King's Day. But it's something that the Dutch people really embrace. And I think because we haven't been able to have one for the last 2 years, it's going to be crazy. And for me, 11 years, so even more fun.
Oh, it'll be joyous. Well, have an orange beer on me, and thank you so much.
I absolutely will.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
If you'd like to learn more about Boma Krijgsman, go to our show notes via creativeboom.com/podcast. That's where you can also hit subscribe and never miss an episode. Thanks again to our sponsor, Astropad Studio, the ultimate iPad app for professional artists. If you're ready to take your creative workflow to the next level, you can start your 30-day free trial of Astropad Studio right now. Plus save 10% on your first year when you enter the promo code BOOM at checkout. Just go to astropad.com. Next time, I'll be speaking with Max Ottignon, founder of London-based branding agency Ragged Edge.